Hey everyone, Dave here yet again. We're live doing something completely new, and I'm sure there's going to be problems. But at the end of the show, leave a comment with your thoughts on how this style of production has gone. As you can see, we're doing a brand new setup with multiple cameras. We've got some multiple things that we're trying, and we think you're going to really like it. So, that said, I'm Dave here. You guys know me already. Jenna has been on a few times.
And I'm going to be co hosting with Dave today, and maybe some more in the future. We'll see. We thought it might be a little easier having two of us doing this instead of just one. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, so Jenna, real quick, what are you in charge of for Social Blade?
I am in charge of a few different things, like we all are. I'm in charge of public relations. I set up the booths for when we're at events. And I'm also in charge of our consulting service, which Ergo likes to call Social Blade EDU.
Ooh, fancy.
Yes, very fancy name. So right now, if you go to your user summary page on Social Blade, there's a blue button that says YouTube Consulting Book Now. And you can book an appointment, and that is with me. While we all are YouTube certified, I am considered the resident expert for giving advice.
That's good. And you guys know me. I mean, if you have any questions or comments, you see me throughout the YouTube channel on Social Blade. I'm always doing the support as a support manager. And so pretty much you find me everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap that part up. We got some topics for you. We're going to be talking about tags and SEO and all that jazz.
Yes.
Let's get started.
All right. Sounds good. And hopefully next week, this is the part where the little music interlude plays.
Yeah, we're going to have some fancy things.
Yeah. For this week, though, doot, 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 doot. There you go, Dave.
Tags and titles and descriptions and where to start.
Well, you're probably all familiar with it, but let's start from the basics. When you upload a video, you get the option to put in a title, description, and tags. And so you have 3 separate boxes for that. You have your title box, in which you should put
Titles?
Yeah, how about that?
Wow.
Your description box, you put in your description, and your tag box. That's the one that seems to be really contentious lately.
I'm totally going to put everything in my tag box because I can.
Well, there is room for lots and lots and lots of tags, but I really think if you're filling your tag box up all the way, you're probably way overdoing it or spamming. Spamming, not a good thing.
Oh.
But, I mean, what you want to put in your tag box is you want to put in keywords that have to do with your video, things that are going to get you some views. So,
like, things that everybody would ever want to search for?
No, things that pertain to your video. You don't want to lie in your tags.
Why not?
Well, because YouTube's pretty smart. They're, of course, run by Google, and if they catch on that you are lying about your tags, you will get terminated.
Like that movie.
Well, but it's your channel, not you. I don't think they send anyone after you. Although, come to think of it, I've never heard from anyone who's had their channel terminated after they've been terminated. So okay. I don't know.
Well, don't do it. We'll play it safe.
Yes, we will. So there's a few different ways with your tags to do them. You can do one-word tags. You can do multiple word tags. These long tail tags, that's more than one word, those are going to be the best. But you don't want to get too specific. You want it to be something that people are actually going to search for.
Cool. So we actually have, I think, on the line, do we have an expert?
We do have an expert. This guy has been building websites, and he has been in online marketing forever. He is probably the closest to an expert on SEO you will come to, although he will deny that.
You flatter me.
So introducing Dano the Mano.
A.K.A. at
hey
Dano
guys.
Hart.
Thanks for having me on. It's always good to hang out with you all.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the show.
Sure.
So, Dano, I want to SEO my YouTube channel, my life, where do I start?
Oh, man.
Is there a starting spot?
Well, you guys actually were just talking about a good topic with tags. I think the very first question a lot of people think of is, what words do they put in those tags? And just like Jenna said, things that are relevant to your video. However, you do want to put things that people are searching for. A good way to figure out what people are searching for, and I use this on a weekly basis, if not a daily basis, is actually Google gives you a keyword tool. They actually just rebranded it, I found out, called Keyword Planner. So if you're wanting to find that, you could Google the words Keyword Planner and it would pop up. And Jen and I, we were talking about this a little bit last night
Yeah.
on this same topic, and we were thinking that you may have to have like a bank account or something to sign up for Google AdWords, which is a part of the keyword planner. I did find out you do not have to. You just need a Gmail account.
No
Okay.
credit card needed. So there's probably a
Yeah, no
skip it
credit
step.
card, no bank info needed to sign up for Google AdWords, which if you have a Gmail account, you're pretty much signed up for it anyway. So the keyword planner
Yeah.
is a great thing. You put in a phrase that you like, maybe the video title, and it will give you suggestions on other keywords that people are searching for related to your video title and how many people are searching for that every month. So it's like, along with, YouTube analytics is getting crazy good now, and then with this keyword planner tool, man, you guys, thousands and thousands
There's
of
thousands of
views,
free
just
tools and all that. So
YouTube money, just
out
from
to the
rolling in.
audience watching us on the Social Blade YouTube channel right now, if you guys have used any of these tools or if you have any suggestions, let us know. Leave a comment. Also, if you have any questions or something, just post them right now. Or towards the end of the show, we're going to get back to you and sort of go over some of these questions. So we
Yeah.
have somebody
I
keeping track
actually
of
have a
these.
question, if you
You
can
do?
take it
Ooh.
from me.
Yeah.
Um, the When you were talking about tags, I see people still put tags in the description. Is that still a thing?
It shouldn't be.
It
Well,
shouldn't be.
you know, search
Does it
engine
work? Let me ask this. Does it work?
only if you want to be terminated.
So it is a problem.
So it used to be that people would fill up their tag box or for some reason decide to put tags in the description. And what we've seen is that YouTube has, they consider that spam now and they have started canceling channels for doing that. So definitely don't want to be doing that. So make sure your description is actual, like descriptive sentences. If you do a bunch of words separated by commas, YouTube goes, oh, you're spamming.
I saw this last night on a channel on a video I was watching. I was like, you got a few sentences up top, and then the rest is just ignore this extra tags. I'm like, oh,
Ignore this. Like you're like,
ignore
oh,
this.
okay,
Like,
I'll ignore it. No big deal.
But
That's
I
okay.
mean, Dano, you've been online for a while. I mean, have search engines changed a lot? Are they a lot smarter than they used to be?
Yeah, especially with phones and, well, not only phones, but even a computer now, with location. Location is a main factor in dealing with what is relevant to you. Not so much with YouTube, but with just Google search in general. However, we both know that YouTube videos show up in Google search, and that's one way people can find your videos. But even still, location is a big factor and something that Google is always changing because of that little setting, I guess, if you will. But man, oh, I tell you, well, and with just YouTube changing, kind of going away from uh, view count to watch time being more important. Search now in YouTube, it ranks it by watch time instead of view count, that kind of thing. That's a big deal for sure.
So, I mean, I know that probably even a year ago, it was worth investing a lot of time into your tags and your description because that was the only thing that determined your search ranking. But nowadays, I think that the tags are a lot less important. They're really only valid until people start watching your video.
yeah,
And
what
then
is it
after,
like the first 24 hours? I think they're really valid. Or
well, it probably really depends on how many views you get. If you're somebody that gets thousands of views right away, I'm sure they matter even less. But once you've got a lot of people watching your video, it's that watch time, and the other thing is similar or similarly viewed videos, and that's what your audience, when they watch your video, then what else do they watch?
Yeah.
So then what YouTube says is someone else who's watching that video, they're going, oh, well, you might like this other one because this other guy did.
Yeah, so that's a good thing to keep your audience retention high is to try to hook them into watching one of your videos followed by another one of your videos. And in fact, in the future, we're going to have a video on the custom in and out times, so start and end times for videos within a playlist, which allows you to cut the intro or the outro or even both so that you guys can give a user-friendly experience for somebody watching a
Well, and
playlist.
here just recently, I started seeing with some of my clients, you actually using less tags in a video causes better results, more specific tags than, yeah, because I just gave the recommendation to use the keyword planner tool. So a lot of people's instinct is they type in a title, they see hundreds of keywords, and they're like, awesome, I'm just going to copy and paste this list and paste it in
Yeah.
there. But no, not the best strategy right there.
Oh, well, I'm going to have
So
to go edit some of my descriptions now.
yeah, well, and
Dave.
even well, and I've done that actually. Previous videos when more tags were rewarded. Now, from my experience, and this is a changing, forever changing game, so it's results may vary, but from my experience, just in the past couple months, less is more in that area.
And
Yeah.
like how much less? Are we looking at like doing 3 tags, 10 tags, 50
Yeah,
tags?
I've literally cut down from like 25 now to 5
Oh,
to 10,
really?
Wow.
and just as long as it's like I said, it's highly specific that we're getting into. Typically, I would throw in if I would like let's say I did a video on social media marketing, I would actually type out Twitter marketing, Facebook marketing. Now I pretty much can just put social media marketing, and it kind of covers all that type of stuff. Like I said, results may vary, mileage may vary, but so far that's has seemed to be the trend for
Yeah.
my personal videos and my clients.
That's very interesting because in the past, being that we've gone through the YouTube certification, they recommended between 10 and 15 tags per video. And any more than that, you're probably going into something more specific than you need to and
Yeah,
overdoing it.
well, so I guess 10 sounds like it might be the sweet spot by way of my experience, your experience, and then what YouTube is telling us is the
Yeah.
proper way.
So I know in the past we've recommended too that like if you were doing a video about cats that you would put in cat, cats, kitty, kitten, kitties, and all these various words that have to do with cats. Do you think now that maybe Google's smart enough that can you just put in cat or do you still have to do all the different variations of that word?
Yeah, I would, it's definitely seems that they're smart enough to figure out what exactly people are
It's
wanting without
Google. They're
having to
smart.
get more specific.
They have access to a dictionary, do they?
Yeah, well, and it's strange too because it's kind of like if you dealt with this for years and years, for at any and all of a short period of time, it's kind of trained us to be like, oh, I need to type in cat, cats, kitten, kitty, kittens, that kind of thing. And so now it's kind of weird. Like when I'm starting to fill out my tags, it's like, okay, I got to hold back because it's
Yeah.
different now. The game has changed.
Well, it certainly sounds like that's making it easier for anyone doing YouTube, though. Because I know, at least for me, putting tags in, it's almost painful.
Yeah, it's always been one of my weak points too. Is just like you got to come up with these different tags. You got to figure out what you're going to put in there, and it's a lot more typing. The description is something I really focus on now, other than the title too, because that's really
Hmm.
important. But the description, you can be really specific. What I tend to do is give a general overview and then go into more details because the first 5 lines or whatnot are going to be picked up. The first 3 to 5 lines can be picked up by Google's search engine as well as other search engines out there. So give that little header of sort of a brief overview, and then after that, you want to sort of go in more specifics. In case somebody wants to use a translator or whatnot, they could translate the text and sort of understand if you don't have subtitles for a different language. But
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah,
important to
that's what
fill.
I think. I like simple. Simple is better. And it's funny that I mean we're all dealing with computers and technology, so I'm glad that Google is utilizing the computer
I'm
power
just
that
yeah,
is
I'm just waiting for
a
the day that
dictionary.
Google types up my description, my titles, my tags, all for me.
That
You
would be
know,
great. And that actually, to be honest, as silly as that, as jokey that sounds, actually, it would be in their best interest to generate, which they do try and generate some tags,
yeah.
Yeah.
but it's, from my experience, been way off. So.
Yeah. I know that I've done so many consulting appointments. I've probably talked to over 100 individual YouTubers one-on-one, and descriptions are something that I most often see struggle with. One of the things that they do, which is a big no-no, is the very first thing they put in is subscribe to me. And then the second thing they put in is this is my website. And the third thing they
Oh,
put in
yeah.
is this is my Twitter. And I'm like, well, if I did a Google search for cats and your video popped up in the search, I don't care who you are. I'm not going to subscribe to you. Tell me what your video's about.
Yeah, definitely. I hate
And
when
do
people do
you
that.
have you found in talking with some people in consultation that those people are looking at some successful bigger YouTubers? Because I have noticed that the successful bigger content creators they aren't playing by the rules, but I feel like because they don't have to. Like
Mm-hmm.
one person that I watch almost every day, their first thing in their description is selling something, whether it's like an affiliate deal,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, or buy my T-shirt, that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that's a horrible SEO. However, they're so large that they don't have to play the game. They
Yeah.
already have the subscriber count. So I kind of wonder if that maybe hinders people. They're like, well, they're doing it and they're successful. Well, but I don't know.
I think that's very true because I have looked at several of the bigger YouTubers, like for instance, well, okay, I probably shouldn't say names, but a lot of them do. They put those links very first. But I mean, like you said, they already have such a huge audience. Just the fact that it's coming from their account, I'm not sure they need to do any other
Yeah,
SEO.
it really doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I mean, they're going to be
So I
found
was,
out.
yeah, go ahead, Dave.
I was just saying, once you grow an audience at some point, you really can't get out of a search engine. I mean, people are already searching for something really specific, and that's going to be you. So,
Which is
is
a
that
great
overall
place to
yeah, that is
be.
the perfect place to be. I'm like, after a while, you could just stop doing everything, and people will just find you.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know if you ran into people that said that in consulting,
You
because
know,
I'm sure that would be kind of hard to explain. Like, they're like, well, I'm just trying to copy the big guys, but yet you, as the person consulting them, be like, yeah, well, when you get there, then you can do what they do. I don't know if you deal with that.
really what I run into a lot is people who just aren't aware because you can't find all this information in one place that's easy to digest. A lot of the YouTubers I deal with, they're high school, college, they're trying to make a go of it, but they have other real life things to deal with as well. And that's one of the reasons why we started the Social Blade EDU and offering some classes and stuff like that, because we know how difficult it is to find all this information. And unfortunately, you can't believe everything you see on the internet. There's a lot of misinformation out there.
Yeah. Speaking of EDU, don't we have something we could really plug because it's coming in the future about? Should we go into the topic of the evil copyright?
Copyright.
Copyright. Yeah, it can't be. I
Copyright.
shouldn't even say it's evil because it can be useful for some people. I mean, anyone that knows that's a content creator knows that if somebody starts stealing your content and uploading to their YouTube channel or somewhere online, you're protected by the copyright law. So we actually have a class, don't we?
Yes, next Thursday, it's going to be 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be holding a class. It's an online class. It's about an hour. Includes about 45 minutes of teaching, then kind of a 15-minute question answer. We'll play it a little bit by ear. So if there's a lot more questions, then we'll spend a little more time on that. But it's a brief overview of copyright directly in relation to YouTube. Copyright law in general. Laws always are trying to catch up with technology. And so some of the stuff that YouTube does can seem a little backwards, but, we're covering copyright, we're covering the content ID system, which is a little bit different than copyright in general.
Yeah.
And we're covering what fair use is, and that's what you are allowed to use other people's material for, and also how to protect yourself from any sort of claims against you. And if that happens, I hope it never does, but if it does, how to go through the appeals process and what your rights are.
So that sounds like a great class. Where can people sign up for this, though?
They can sign up for it. We're going to put a link down in the description after the show. Besides that, if you go to our Facebook page, we have a post where the link is there, or you can just go to the booking widget, which again, it's that blue button that says YouTube Consulting. It's on any user summary page on Social Blade, and you can go ahead and sign up for the class.
Sounds good. We're gonna run into some of the comments that we've gotten shortly, but of course that consultation button, we're gonna put Dano up above it because Dano, you're the mano.
Nice. I
Dano
like
the
that. I
Mano.
like that. I love Social Blade. They're the best.
Shout out Mark the Tech Guy. He's been watching for a while. He says, Dave, how are you? It's nice. Haven't seen you in a while. Great. We do have some questions here. Jay's been keeping track as well, switching cameras and all that jazz.
Thank you, producer Jay.
He's pushing all the buttons, making it all happen.
Yeah.
So should play some music before the start of the show while we're waiting. We will work on this, guys. Brand new. And we do want to get that to work out. We're trying to
Yes.
just make it work right now. So thanks for the suggestions.
All right, we have a question here, and this one, I'm going to pass this one on to you, Dano. And the question is there an advantage to have the same words in your description and title? Like,
Absolutely. And it would be good that it could be exact at least once. So if you say cute, your title is let's go with cats because the internet loves cats, you know. So if you say cute kitten loves its yarn ball, then that would be great if you put that in your description as well as your keywords or your tags, if you will.
Yeah.
For someone who's searching for cute kittens playing with a yarn ball, then your video would pop up.
Sounds
okay,
great.
sounds good. And let's see, what else do we have here? I have got a follow-up question too. So I'm being asked here. Even though search engines and YouTube only show the first few lines of a description, does it still take into account all of the text in the description? And yes, it does. It does.
Absolutely.
So it even takes into account, like, one of the things that we've seen is that the closed captioning feature on YouTube, if you put in your own closed captioning text, that actually helps your search rankings as well, because then you're turning all that audio into text that Google can search. So really, the more text you put in, the better off you're going to be.
Sounds good. So go back, watch your videos, type everything out exactly. Spend days for each video. No, I think there's better ways to do it.
No.
There's services that will actually do this. So you guys could do a little bit of research on that. And also then there's the one that I think it might still be in beta because Google likes to do this.
Yeah.
That sort of estimates what you're saying and turns it into a caption.
But you know what? There have been entire shows and I think even channels devoted to how horrible those translations are. They're pretty darn funny. I really wouldn't go with that tool. It's almost easier to just type it up yourself if you're a fast typer.
Yeah.
But you know, all the suggestions we're making today, guys, it probably isn't worth your time to be spending, you know, hours or days going back through old videos and redoing this stuff. Just do it on the new content as it comes out. Just change the way you're doing things.
Yeah.
I do in the consulting as well. I get asked a lot, oh, so should I go back and do this to all my videos? And these people are kind of looking at me terrified because they have like 600 videos. And I'm going, no, really don't change what you already have.
Good, because I don't want to do that either.
Yes.
Google
Yes.
can do that for me.
Okay.
So is that covering everything? We can wrap it up? I think we should wrap it up. Guys, thank you once again for coming to this live stream and helping out by watching this. Once again, give us a like on this video if you've watched it. Comments are always welcome below, not only on how the show went, but on the topics that we've covered. The description, once we finish this, will have everything that you need, including a link to our special guest, Dano,
The Mano.
Yay.
and as well as the consultations and the free seminar that we're going to be doing soon on. Is it free?
It's not free. It's $15.
Oh, it's practically free. You guys can afford that, right? $50. And it really does pay off to get that type of information. So sign up for that class. Once again, when is it? Time?
What?
Date? The class on copyright.
Oh, when is it?
Yeah.
It's at 5 p.m. Eastern next Thursday, which I believe is October 23rd. So 5 p.m. Eastern. That's 2 p.m.
You would think
Pacific.
we would have a calendar on set here somewhere,
Yes.
like a smartphone or something.
And for those of for our international viewers, when I say Eastern, I mean New York time.
Yeah. Don't get confused.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, guys, wrap it up yet again. Hit that subscribe button so you're sure not to miss any future content. And we'll see you next week. Oh, stay tuned for some great tags and description things. We're bringing back the YouTube tips series. We're going to
We
produce them
are.
very, very nicely for you. You're going to love them. So, stay tuned for that.
And don't forget, if you guys ever have any topics you want us to make a YouTube tip on, or you're interested in being a special guest on our show, please shoot us an email. You can do that through the big green support button at the very bottom of socialblade.com. That goes straight to this guy here.
I like getting those support emails. Also, I'll include a link on how to apply to be on the show. It goes to a Google Doc. I think it's some weird URL, but it'll be below. It'll be below. So, guys, thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next week.
All right. And this is where the outro music would be playing.
Yeah, we like that outro music that's not really here yet.
Do.